Greetings. I wanted to take a look at the chess.com puzzle of the day and go through it. I love doing chess puzzles. So the first thing I want to do is take a quick analysis of the pieces. It says white to move, so I have two major pieces. It's the first thing I notice, queen and a rook, and my opponent has quite a few more pieces. My opponent has three major pieces. Oops, and has a queen, two rooks, and one minor bishop. Now I do notice I have three more pawn than my opponent, but as far as pieces go, I am down a rook and a bishop. So right away that tells me this is probably some kind of mate, because first thing you have to understand is, are you looking for, I've seen puzzles where, at the end of the moves you're up a piece. I've seen it where the answer is you're up a pawn, or you're even where it's just a positional thing, where now you start getting in like to the low 2000 puzzles. I've seen where the answer is you're in a better position to possibly promote a pawn or something. So my knee-jerk reaction is I should probably be looking for some kind of mate. And in chess you should always use your pieces together. One piece by itself, even the queen, can't do much. And I noticed that this pawn is sitting in a pretty powerful position, and that it owns these two key squares, and this owns all of this file here. And so I'm thinking if I can get my queen in the game somehow, it's probably going to be some kind of mate. So the first thing is I can't bring my queen here, obviously, because of all these attacks. And if I bring my queen back, obviously that can be defended, and then my queen's being attacked. And so, now I'm running around trying to get my queen out of trouble. So I doubt very much that's what the author of the puzzle has in mind. So I'm trying to think logically and just go through this. So it's probably some kind of mate. So let's take a look if I bring my queen here. One thing my opponent could do, or the computer, is bring the queen up here. Then I simply take the queen. And so I doubt very much that is going to play a part, because you're just throwing, my opponent would just be throwing away their queen. So I doubt that's it. So what I think, though, I do believe that, let me get those arrows off there, that this is the step one. It's the best way to check. Okay, and then probably what's going to happen is we're going to defend with the rook. That's the most logical defense. It's really the only defense that the computer has at this point. If I make a sacrifice, a rook sacrifice, this is check. It has to be dealt with. And so the king is going to take, because remember now this pawn owns these squares, so it can't leave. It has to go there. So now with that in mind, let me remove these arrows, because it's going to get a little dicey. Oops. And so we're going to have the king sitting here. This rook is going to be here, and my queen is going to be here. So what I believe will happen then is the queen will drop back to here, which will bring it back to check. And it's going to be kind of like a smother mate. Actually, it is going to be a smother mate, because that rook, remember now, was going to be here. So, and with this pawn owning these two key squares, I think is the key here. So let's go for it and see what happens here. And let's see, we've got this. So we're going to go there for, okay, for check. Okay, and so now we're going to make the sacrifice. It has to deal with that check. Now here's why I don't have my mouse plugged in, so I'm sorry, I'm having a little so here's why I think this is wrong, because if I go there, this queen, my opponent's queen, will defend there. and I'm in trouble. Um, so what I believe is going to happen, what I needs to happen now is I'm going to bring this queen down, and this is where you want to evaluate the board. That's very important. And so now, um, usually when I miss puzzles at this level, it's because I didn't take the time to evaluate the board and what squares I own and what I'll own in the future. So anyway, because I already own this square and this square, so now we're going to bring the queen in, and that's the end of that. So, okay. So that, I hope that helps, just a board analysis, and just try to figure out what kind of puzzle are you solving. That's step one. Do a piece analysis. I've failed so many, especially some of these puzzles are timed or something. You're trying to get a better time. There's a trick of it, and it's where you don't, take time to analyze the pieces. So anyway, solving the daily puzzle on chess.com. Hope that helps, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.